I'll knit with you. My name is Rebecca. You can find me everywhere as EvilTwin2, like Ravelry and Instagram. You can find our group on Ravelry called I'll Knit With You. You can email me at illknitwithyou@gmail.com or check the show notes out at illknitwithyou.blogspot.com. Whew, got it right again. 2 weeks in a row. How are you guys? I am doing pretty good myself. I had my wisdom teeth removed on Tuesday, and I don't remember most of Tuesday, but I'm doing really good. I haven't really had any pain. I haven't even had to take any of my pain medication. So aside from what they gave me in the doctor's office, I've been really good. My surgeon was awesome. I did kind of come to my senses the day after, so Wednesday, and get some knitting done. So I will have to show you guys that. But first, let's hear about our new friends. New friends are people who have recently joined the group. I'm sorry, recently introduced themselves. So if you are in the group but you have not introduced yourself, please go do so. I saw the numbers go up this week, but not very many introductions, and it made me so sad because I just think about all the people I'm not getting to know. It takes like 4 seconds. I just want to have a conversation with you and say, hey, that's cool. I like that you like knitting. I like knitting too. Isn't it a crazy world? So our new people are Wellwoman, who is, let me say that slower, Wellwoman, who is Isabel from the UK, and Engineer's Falcon, who is Rebecca from, it just says USA somewhere. So I'm not really sure where in the US. She's just in the US somewhere. And I've been following Engineer's Falcon on Instagram for a long time. And she just started, well, not a long time, it was like about 6 months. It's internet long time. She just started the Fiber and Dice podcast, and I've been really enjoying that because I'm a total nerd and I want to learn more about board games. So if that's something you're into, check it out. We have a lot of people in the group who do podcasts. Actually, we should like start a thread and just everyone who's got a podcast should do a shout out and be like, "Hey, I do a podcast. Hey, I do a podcast, you guys." Anyway, so those are our 2 new introductions. That's right, we only have 2 new introductions this week, you guys. That's really sad. We need more. Go say hi to me, please. I know you want to talk to me. Don't you like me? I still have my glasses on from getting my wisdom teeth removed because you can't wear contacts when you're getting your surgery done, I guess, for whatever reason. I also couldn't wear fingernail polish on my thumbs, so I take my fingernail polish off. But that's fine. So these are my super sweet Becs, right? I feel like they look like the Spider-Man shape of eyes from this costume. So even though they look like cat glasses, cat eyeliner, cat eyes glasses, I don't know what you call them. I think of them as my Spider-Man glasses because I'm a weirdo. I'm a total nerd. Okay, so we're kind of in blather. Obviously, I went back to wisdom teeth stuff. I have a question. Are any of you Cynthia H? And did you send me free tea on Adagio? Because I don't know any other Cynthias. And if you did, that's awesome because chocolate chai samples are delicious. I don't need to get some. So thank you if that's one of you. I don't know. If it is, just tell me so because I'd like to thank you for realsies. I know we've got a couple of Cynthias, but I wasn't sure what their last names were. So, not too sure about that. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm still spinning my Damson, which is from Ashford. It is blue and purple and silver, and the light in my living room is so wonderful. Look at that. You can see everything. This is spinning up really lovely. This is actually my first bobbin and not my second bobbin because my second bobbin is still on my spinning wheel. And I need to finish and ply them up so that I can show you the finished product. I haven't finished a yarn in a while, and for a while there I was doing like 1 a week, so I need to get back on the ball. But I also wasn't knitting very much. I was just doing a lot of spinning, so it's one or the other with me. I started a new project. It is the Windward. This was something that was recommended to me by Pattern Whisperer when I had said initially that my socks, that I actually ended up knitting out of Pattern Whisperer were going to be knit out of Noro, and she was like, not the best choice. And I was like, oh shoot, totally right. She was like, but this is a pretty good pattern for that yarn. And I was like, that looks like a lot of fun. So Windward is a scarfy shawl thing that changes directions as you knit it. So this is where I started, and it goes, and you can see like the fabric is different. So it's sometimes it's stockinette, sometimes it's garter, sometimes it's reverse stockinette. So it just depends where you're at. And it'll be like like it's kind of shaped like that. So this will be the farmost right point down here, and this will go across, and then there'll be a big square piece of fabric. And you can look up Windward. I'll put it in the show notes. But my Noro is striping up so pretty. I love it. I really am enjoying this. And so there are several sections, and they're all labeled by a letter of the alphabet. So you can see I'm doing like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them right now. Hold on, I'm all tangled up. So each stitch marker is a different letter section. So some of them are not very big, and some of them are huge. And so it's just really interesting to see how this is worked up. And there's two types of ways to read it. There's these very interesting charts, but they're not like charts with the symbols, or charts with like, they'll say K2, K-Tog, or P, or whatever. It's just very interesting. I don't know if I can show it to you without like, you know, showing you parts of the pattern. I'm not supposed to, but it's just a new, interesting way to read a chart that's not like most charts I've seen. So it's fun. But I've been really enjoying this. I really enjoyed the colors. It's very different. Noro is. So this is my first time knitting with Noro, and this is exactly why I wanted to knit with it, because look at this. This is so much fun. And it's such a gradient, and it's so nice and lovely. I'm just having a lot of fun. This was my wisdom teeth project. This is the only thing I've worked on, except for a couple of hexapuffs. So, turned out really good. So, it's going really good so far. I am about halfway done. There are about 400 rows. I can tell from the charts. And I'm about a little under 200 in. So, it'll be twice as big. Maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see. So, that is my Windward. And I love it. And I can't wait to finish it. I have so many projects I need to finish. And this is one of them. And, like I said, that is on Noro, the sock yarn. It's in my knitted cake coffin. So named because the cake disappears and expires while I use it in here. Those are on size 4 needles. So that's very awesome. Speaking of size 4 needles, let me show you some defeated foes. My finished objects. So, size 4 needles are the size that you knit hexapuffs on. And as anyone who's ever watched the podcast would know, I'm a hexapuff knitter. Oh yes, I am. So, let me show you the hexapuffs that I made this week. Any hexapuffs I make and you want to know the yarn for, just go to my Beekeeper's Quilt project, and everything is listed in there. I list it all in there before I even knit with them, actually, because I just want to keep track of all my samples. I'm not going to use them for anything else. So, that's where they go. So, this is one hexapuff. This one turned out the best. It is so perfect looking. It is, I did not spin this yarn. That's probably why it looks so nice. But it stripes itself. I think this is ladybug fibers. I'm not really sure. This is, I remember the fiber name is Ratatouille, but I don't remember the fiber company's name. I did spin this one myself. And you can tell because I didn't wash it, and it's kind of got a twisted look to it. It looks twisted, man. But it's very cute. And then this one is New Zombie on the Block. And I want to say it's Luthvarian Fiber Arts for my fat fiber. Anything I spin up for this is usually from my fat fiber sample box. And if you don't know what fat fiber is, you should totally find out. I link it and I talk about it about once a month. The last 2 months I've done a whole thing. So go back and check that out because it's pretty awesome. So there's New Zombie on the Block. It's greens, different colors of greens with some sparkle. Sparkle's pretty hard to see. But it's in there because it's green sparkle. Those are my hexapuffs. I also finished the Saloma slippers that I was working on. Here are some pictures of those. My uncle is in the hospital, and I wanted to make sure he knew that I was thinking of him. So I knit him up some Saloma slippers. They did not take very long. I got both of them finished in about 3 days. Although one night I stayed up way too late working on them because I really needed to get that done for him. And from what I hear, he's doing about the same. But when my dad took him the slippers, I wasn't able to because he's kind of far away. He was really excited, so that's what's important. So that's how that's going. If you are knitting hexapuffs, there is a thread called Strut Your Puffs. Show me your hexapuffs. I would love to see them. Everyone would love to see them. I need to post more of my own hexapuffs in there. I need to get on that. For those of you who are doing the sock along, And for those of you who haven't heard about the sock along is running from the beginning of March to the end of April. Any socks that you finish can be entered in the, can be put in the finished sock parade. There's no prizes, so it's really just like, if you made some cool socks, show me your cool socks. We had a lot of people asking questions about how to make socks, and just general questions, and I couldn't answer all of them, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna start together. Knit along, that's what they're called. And anyone who hasn't knit a sock can ask questions, and anyone who has knit socks can answer. And you guys have done an awesome job at like helping each other out. So there is the sock prep thread, which is where you can ask questions. Hey, is this the right kind of this? Is this the wrong kind of that? Is this the right needle? Should I do this or that or the other? There is socket, which is the thread where you talk about what's going on with your socks, post questions and pictures of your in-between stuff. How do you turn a heel? All that goodness. And then the finished sock parade is for your finished socks. So, show me your socks. I want to see them all. There are beautiful, beautiful colors of socks in there. There's all sorts of striped socks, and I love them, and I want to make all of them. So, definitely go check that out. And I realize this is like the shortest podcast in the history of podcasts, but that is all I have to talk about, you guys. That was it. So, I feel like I just sat down. It took me longer to set up than it did to do my whole podcast, I feel like. But I was, you know, knocked out most of the week, so that's my life. I'm doing a color run tomorrow. I'll probably show you guys pictures from that next week. Aside from that, introduce yourself, show me your socks, show me your puffs, and I hope all of you guys have a great Friday. I'm sorry this was so short, but as far as knitting went, like this week I just tried to sleep a lot because wisdom tooth removal. I got all 4 of them out. It's crazy. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thanks for stopping briefly by and knitting with me. And remember, if you're out there and you're thinking, what podcast should I watch today? Just pick my podcast and I'll knit with you.